Welcome to the Ash Ceramics Studio. To make our clay creature today, you'll need a few things from your kit. Your whiteboard, your bag of clay, your sponge, and some of the wooden tools. When you open your bag of clay, you'll find that there'll be two pieces of clay inside. You only need one of the pieces of clay for this particular project. When you first get the clay out of the bag, it's always best to warm it up in your hands. Just start moulding it around just to get it moving. You then need to split the clay into two pieces. One part of this will be for the body of your clay creature, and the other part of the clay will be used for its features. Once you have the two pieces, just pop them into a ball and put one aside. We'll use that bit later. Now to make the body of our creature. To make the body of our creature, we start with the simple pinch pot idea. So you want to put this piece of clay into a ball, whichever way you like. You can roll it around on your mat, you can roll it in between your hands, but once you actually have it into a ball, we then need to make a thumb mark in it. Your thumb goes into the clay, not all the way through though. You want to keep some clay at the bottom, and this is how we start with our pinch pot. So now it's time to start the pinching process. You're going to place your thumb into the hole that you created and have your fingers on the outside and continue to pinch all the way as you go around. We're going to try and make this pot as even as possible. So you want to apply even pressure between your thumb and your fingers just to squeeze the clay out a little bit. As you can see here, this is the pinching motion that I use as I'm going around the pinch pot. Once you have the opening of the pinch pot to the size that you'd like, you then can turn it over onto its rim and just place it gently down. This just helps to even up the rim of your pinch pot. We will now take our pinch pot and tip it onto its side. This is to create the mouth of our new creature. As you can see here, this is the opening to the mouth. Now we're going to use our next piece of clay, the one that we kept to the side earlier. We're going to use this bit of clay to make the features for our creature. The features for you may include the eyes, so I've just made a little ball here for one of the eyes, and I'll make another one for the other eye. Your creature may only need one eye, it could have two, or it could have multiple eyes. In this case, mine has two, so I've made two small balls there. I'm also going to make a tongue for my creature, so I'll use this little bit of clay and make it into a tongue shape. Any additional clay can be left over to the side in case you need it later. Now you need to take one of your moulding tools. It may be one like this or something shaped like this one here. Either is fine. Now to join clay to one another, you actually need to score, or what we use, that's the word that we use to scratch up the surface of the clay. So I'm doing this here on the body of the clay. So this is the mouth of the creature because this is where I want to put the eyes. I'm then going to score or scratch up the other side there that I'm going to attach to the clay body. Now we put the two scratched parts together, press it firmly, and that way it'll stay stuck down. Now that both the eyes are in place, I'm going to do the exact same process where I will be scoring the clay to attach the tongue. Now because I've got a little bit of extra clay left over, I'm actually decided to turn these into some antennas for the top of my creature's head. To do that, I'm going to split it into two pieces and then I'm going to roll it into a snake-like shape. You can do this between your hands to start it off to make a bit of a snake-like shape, and then place the clay on the board and with even pressure roll your hand over the clay. You can then use your tool and cut the snake part of the clay in half and then use these pieces as the eyebrows or antenna. Once again, to attach these pieces of clay to the clay body, I'm going to score or scratch up the ends on both sides where they'll be joined together. As you can see, the weight of the features on top of the mouth of our creature is starting to sink down. So I like to put the sponge just inside the mouth to keep it elevated and open whilst it's drying. You can leave the sponge in there for 24 hours, and once the actual clay is dry, it'll hold its shape. It's now the next day, and here you can see I've got the paintbrushes and the paints out of our kit. You have different options. You have a bright, basic and the glitter paint that you can use on your creature. So now we can remove the sponge out of the creature's mouth and our form will hold its shape. It's up to you now to decide how you're going to decorate your creature with your paint. Here are a few examples of some of the creatures that I had created a bit earlier. You can use different paint colour combinations depending on what you would like your creature to look like. I hope you've enjoyed making your clay creature today with Ash Ceramics. Bye!